All right, everybody, your favorite topic in the world, Colin Kaepernick. We're going to get into it today because according to 24/7 Sports, and that is our source for this article, Colin Kaepernick, who has not played a game since 2016, claims he has not watched an NFL game in 8
What did he say?
years. But sometimes does check the stats of some of his favorite players and watches some college football. Oh, man, do I have a lot to say about this. The guy who was kicking and hollering that the company that he sued called the NFL would not hire him back. Oh, we got so much to say today. I got a special guest here, Time Out with Eric. Link is down below. Check out his page. Another great podcaster in the community. Eric, bro, what is your thoughts, man, on this situation?
Look, damn, let me get my shit off first. Damn.
Man, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of watching Colin Kaepernick. Every offseason, whichever team in the NFL needs a quarterback, this guy pops up in the conversation. Like he's just going to all of a sudden appear at another high school field in the middle of Wichita, wherever, or the middle of nowhere. And all of a sudden, he's going to do a nice little rollout and throw a 40-yard pass and be like, man, that's the greatest pass we've seen.
Look at the spiral. I've never seen a spiral like that.
Fantastic.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the MVP. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
It's not like he was ever a pro.
Man, you know what's crazy, Eric? There's been multiple leagues since 2016. We've had the XFL 2 times. We've had the USFL, and this is no specific order. We've had the USFL. Don't forget the AAF. That was a lot of fun. Okay. Now there's the UFL. CFL has been here the whole time. NFL has been here the whole time. Shoot. If you want to get really desperate, there's an indoor football league and arena leagues. Now, I don't want to say any Tom, Dick, or Harry could just show up, but I mean, hey, if you want to make $500 a week and travel a little bit, hey, it's something to put on tape, okay? Yeah. And never once, if he wanted to play football so bad, he could join one of those leagues. He did the whole Netflix special, right? Saying that, hey, the NFL draft process is like slavery. Well, what does it say about you, bro? About you wanted to take it? What you want to be that? You're trying to join the oppressors who you sued, but I think he's jerking people's chain. And Eric, I'll be honest with you, on this channel, I remember 2020. That's when I started this channel, right? March of 2020. So we go, hey man, we going on 5 years almost this March. But when I remember doing the videos like, hey, here are some potential spots. Okay, at that point, it had been like 4 years since he's been out. Maybe someone will give him a shot as a third stringer to kind of, because he did have talent one point in time. He did play in the Super Bowl. That's just fact. Mm-hmm. And there was that part of me was like, well, it's a conductive conversation, but then you take in the crookedness of BLM, right? Terrible organization, rob people's money, go BLM buying lots of mansions. You know what I mean?
What it became. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. A crazy. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if they were created by the FBI, but that's another conversation for another day. Another conversation for another day. But man, there was all that, and they had backed him heavy and stuff like that, and they got exposed like really bad. And then we look at the whole history. Colin Kaepernick, the Dolphins were very curious in him, very curious. He goes to Miami wearing a Fidel Castro shirt. Ray Lewis was trying to get him to go to the Baltimore Ravens years ago, right?
Yep.
And his I think her name is Nessa. I don't want to mess her name, but his fiance, who had a baby with fairly recently. Congratulations on that. Yeah, exactly. And baby came out healthy. Thank God. That's awesome. Even though we disagree with Cap, hey, we always hope health and wellness for everybody, whether we like him or not. Mm-hmm. But he had laughed at a meme online calling Ray Lewis and Uncle Tom. You know what I mean? He talks about trying to bring people together and have constructive conversations, and he wore pig socks, right? And it gets to a point like, bro, who are you? I don't even think you know who you are, right? Everything's just kind of a joke. And I think you have handlers. You have people who are telling you to do these crazy things. I don't know what to even think about this guy other than it's pure nonsense. This guy is an attention whore. Eric, man, what are your thoughts?
So you brought up an interesting point, which is identity, and I think he has had identity issues for a long time because he is adopted. Remember, that was the big story. Him coming out of Nevada was his family who had brought him up, and then he's trying to discover himself as a young man, which all of us do, whether we come from a regular house or home, or are we coming from, unfamiliar circumstances such as adoption. You're still going to have to find who you are. And I think at this age, he's still trying to find out who he is, what he wants to stand for. His career got derailed initially by injury. The initial thing was, was it him? Was it Alex Smith? Oh, Colin Kaepernick, man, he's going to be great. He's running the Wildcat offense and they can't seem to stop him, because that was what we were all talking about. He was considered a top 5 quarterback at that point in time. But dealing with what he's dealing with now, the circus has got to stop. Like it's just it's just not feasible for him, or it's not a reality for him to come back into the league and be productive as a quarterback. Now,
so you're telling me there's a chance?
With that being said, would you say that there are 32 quarterbacks in the league right now? The NFL, we're just going to say NFL. 32 quarterbacks in the league that are better than Colin Kaepernick.
Yes, all of them.
Would you say that there is 64?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like we've gotten to possibly a third string practice squad quarterback?
I don't even think he can make a practice squad quarterback. I think he was struggling the CFL. I think he was struggle in the Arena Football League. I think he was struggling in the UFL. There's been so many opportunities for him, and he just didn't go for it. But then wants to lead us along.
To do it.
Not to Dieter from what you're asking. Remember with Deshaun Watson, I'm going somewhere with this, and this situation is different from Colin Kaepernick, so I want to make that very clear. He was away from the game. What was it, Eric? 2 years?
A little over 2 years, yes.
2 years, right? And then there was whole thing with the Texans. They went to court, and it was like, dude, this cat was like a top 3 quarterback. Like he was, maybe not top 3, but top 5 for sure. You know what I mean? And the Browns are gonna get him fully guaranteed contract. That time, that year and a half, 2 years, 2 years and a quarter. I don't have the timetable in front of me. That he was away from football affected him amazingly, but not in a good way. He showed flashes at times, but this is not the same Deshaun Watson. Now let's bring it back to Colin Kaepernick. Bro, you've been out the game for almost a decade. Now the argument, well, he doesn't have wear and tear on his body. He could still throw the ball. Bro, the speed of the game.
Right.
The speed of the game, my man. Like, oh my goodness gracious. So I don't think, he's not even better than 64. I would rather take Cam Newton, who hasn't played an NFL game in, correct me if I'm wrong, 3 years, would you say?
I think it's been about that long, but I mean, you see the guy,
but
he's still in shape. He's still got the IQ. I mean, every time he breaks down film or breaks down a quarterback, he's sharp.
And me and Eric, we're in our mid-30s, right? People remember Kerry Collins. And I remember one time Kerry Collins was sitting months on a couch. You know what I mean? Gets off the couch, gets signed by, I remember his last team, I think it was the Colts. He would disappear, and one minute you think he's retired, someone will call him back in the league, and he's back to playing again, right? So he's kicking the old tires, as they say. And you could get away with it, I think, if it's maybe even a season. Maybe. There's a speed of the game. There's all the different changes. There's a lot of different things happen. So to be a whole decade, now had it been within 4 years, had he not messed up remember when all the coaches took and came out to that location?
Yeah. I mean, they came and watched him.
He changed the location.
ESPN and everybody. But see, that's the thing. Do you want And shout out to Jerry Jones for keeping this going for the Dallas Cowboys. But that's the same type of circus that you're asking for. If you
Right.
want all the media attention on you, everybody's going to see everything. They're going to see the good, the bad. When you step out of your car and trip over your own ankle and skin your knee and hold it like Peter Griffin, like all that, they're going to see it all. But
Yeah.
that is what you're asking for. You're asking for a critique top to bottom.
Yeah.
Now, you said the decade. Like the thing that comes to mind for me is obviously I'm hoping that he has the QB recall. Obviously, I'm hoping that he can learn a playbook and understand his personnel and adapt to situations. Decision making is key. Shout out to Brock Purdy. But when you're sitting here and you're thinking the defensive ends, they were running what? 4.7 40s back then.
Yeah.
Like that was ideal. Like, oh man, like he's fast.
Yeah.
A piece of shit.
Dude, guys are running 4.5 now. 4.4s.
Yeah.
And coming. Like they coming for you. So that decision making has got to be lightning fast.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I don't think he'll be ready for that.
Yeah, no, definitely not, man. The defensive players are better. Man, you got quarterbacks who are running that 4.4 you're talking about, and they stay in the pocket.
Right.
Their name is Jaden Daniels. You know what I mean? So the thing with Colin Kaepernick, it's like, because let's be real, before the whole project, you never heard anything from him as far as this guy got in trouble. Never heard anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, for me, at that time, I could look back on that situation and say, hey. While I never joined BLM or anything like that, I always say, hey, let's have productive conversations as Americans, which we should be doing anyway. We should challenge one another and talk to one another. You know what I mean? Non-politically, just like really talk to one another, have those living room conversations. And that's where my heart was with it at the time. And then it morphed into, it became more radical. And people posting on Facebook, if you don't support this, if I don't see you posting this, then I'm going to block you and unfriend you.
Yeah. And we're talking about 20-year friendships, man.
Yeah.
If it's that fragile, you're not friends. Like y'all can disagree on things. And this goes out to the world. Like you can disagree on things and not have the exact same likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
And still be okay.
Yeah.
We're brothers. And I can tell you there's going to be things that come up or conversations that will be had. We're not going to agree on everything.
Yeah.
But our love and respect for one another will carry us past whatever that is. It ain't got to sit there and be like, oh, man, I'm done with you. We'll never talk again. That's crazy.
That's real. That's real, bro. And more people need to take and hear that message out there, man. And I think with Colin Kaepernick, for a lot of people, he was our Moses. In 2016, he was the Moses of America, right?
That's right. Yep.
And he just dropped the ball, man. I feel like when the dude got paid and he just either looked at like a martyr or a mother freaking joke. Do
you think that it was more beneficial or an easier route? Because I think it's human nature for us to take the easier road, to go out as a martyr and see what I could, squeeze out of this lemon.
I don't know, man. I thought it was.
Did you really love the game?
It was super bold, and then because when I first saw it, I remember I was in a parking lot working at a title and escrow company in New England, and I was like, "Man, how dare he do that? Idiot, stupid! You stand for the flag." Then they said why he was doing it, and then of course, then we find out a little bit later, some weeks go by, or maybe it was months, that hey was a Marine that says, "Hey, we do a need for respect."
Absolutely.
And I'm thinking, okay, at that point, all right, Cap is trying to unite people. You know what I mean? But then you see a guy who just doesn't want to play football. He shows so many mixed signals so he could be relevant. And then he makes this statement that he hasn't watched NFL football in 8 years.
Oh, hell no. No, we could stop this right now. We could stop this right now. No, dog. Hell no. Nope.
Yes. And you want to join and you play the victim card. Okay. Now this is morphed into something different. Because I know there's gonna be people coming at us in the comment section. It's all love. Challenge us, man. Eric will meet you in the comment section. I'll meet you in the comment section.
Pull up on me.
You called the little boy. Is this the boy Jacob? I heard what you did to my son. Put your daddy on the phone. It's not against
whether we agree or not, I can still respect you as a human being.
Yep.
But I think the evidence is out there, y'all. This is a cat who just wanted attention. Do I think good came from it? Well, in the episode on this, did good come from Colin Kaepernick taking a knee? What do you think, Eric?
Yes. I do think that it was good for Colin Kaepernick to take a knee, because I don't think that that is what I'm going to hang his career ending on. I think it was good for him in the moment, because if influence is what you were trying to do or bring awareness to a situation, you did. You had a lot of people that were standing next to each other that would have never had that conversation have a conversation to deepen the conversation. Okay. And I think that's what we have to do as humans. If we're wanting to move forward, we have to have a better understanding, not necessarily a judgment of one another, but a better understanding of one another.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair. Ladies and gentlemen, comment below. Let me know your thoughts on the situation. Does Colin Kaepernick just want attention? 8 years? Really? You want to join, but you won't watch? Oh, you want to diss him on Netflix on a documentary, but you still want to join, but you won't watch? Comment below. I want to hear what you guys got to say. And hey, support the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Be a part of Touchdown Nation. It costs you absolutely nothing. And then my dog, my special guest today, Time Out with Eric, brand new channel on the internet. Man, this guy is a bundle of energy. He's an Eagles fan, but he covers NBA, NFL, all kinds of different sports, boxing. Check his show out. His link is also going to be down below. And we're going to catch y'all next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. God bless you and be safe. Peace.
When we swinging through Crump, this is how when we swing through Crump, Texas. When we swinging through Crump, this is how we do it. How we swing when we